And the drama continues. I told y'all there's going to be another back and forth because I knew Tyrese was going to respond back to DJ Envy and his wife having that phone conversation on the Breakfast Club. So here goes Tyrese's response to what happened on the Breakfast Club. You know, DJ Envy and his wife got on the air and called Tyrese a liar. And the wife said that she got receipts. Well, let's hear Tyrese's response.
It's funny how when you try and clear your name, we're still doing grabbing text messages out of the sky and coming up with things that I said or did that was allegedly inappropriate flirting. Like, listen. I want to talk to the men for a second, to all the fellas, all the real men who don't play no motherfucking games when it comes to their wife or their girl. I'll talk to you for a second. Imagine a man stepping in to help you and your family in any capacity.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden, you're now flirting and disrespecting that man's wife. Would you still be in touch with that nigga?
First of all, I wouldn't allow no random dude just to come intervene and help my marriage. No. That ain't gonna happen. Especially not no R&B nigga.
In any capacity. Would you let your wife still be in touch with that man? In any capacity. Likely, your answer is gonna be no. You know why your answer is gonna be no? Because that is a line that no man should ever. I don't give a fuck who you are, what you've done for me and my family. There is no way that any man will ever be able to disrespect me, especially my wife. So you sit with that for a second. And then, because I got so much love for First Lady, it's obvious that they had some pre-conversations before she jumped on and did the interview. I'm not on the radio, am I? Of course. Listen, guys. One of the most inconsistent, obvious parts of this whole thing is that you claim that I disrespected you and your wife while I was on psych meds. And then we've still been in touch for another 4 years on text chains and communicating directly. And your wife even mentioned that there's been times that while Envy was laying in bed next to her, we were on the phone chopping it up about whatever we're chopping it up about. The disrespect had already happened. The alleged flirting and all the shit that you're claiming had already happened. So not only am I on the phone chopping it up and having good vibes and conversation, which it's always been, but you're now a man that's laying in the same bed with your wife who disrespected your wife. It's not adding up, bro. It's not adding up, man. Y'all do know that 2017, the year, is very different than 2023, right? So at the end of the day, man, what I want to do, again, is I just want us to move on. Let's just stop. Okay? And when I say you're a liar, I'm not going to change my story, bro. I'm a Capricorn, man. We don't do well with being lied on. Period. I will clear my name and defend my name to the end of the earth. Who stays in touch with any man who's allegedly flirting and trying to take shots at their first lady? Like, yo, bro, to even have those words to come out your mouth is more hurtful than any joke y'all ever cracked on that show. Like, I don't play those games, bro. Period. And the last thing I'm going to say, and again, I'm done with it, as we were going back and forth on our text chain, we were going back and forth trying to communicate about us finally getting on a call, which would have been on Instagram Live, to talk about what God put on my heart to do for this family. And his wife was telling the truth when she mentioned, no, I think Envy was telling the truth. Well, he was telling the truth about us going from talking about the book and talking about all that it took for them to do the work. They did the work. I stepped in to help in any way I could, but they did the work. But we were going to transition into talking about my ex, not bashing her, not tearing her down, not ripping her into pieces, but talking about, how am I doing? How are you holding up? You know, what has this divorce and this whole thing been like for you? I would never use a stage or a platform from Envy and his first lady to go on an IG Live and start bashing my ex. That's just not true. So, look, man, Envy, with all due respect, bro, I never lied to your first lady. I never did anything behind her back. I'm not in the middle of a lawsuit and a Ponzi scheme and all the people you lied to allegedly with your real estate partners and all that shit you running around with dealing with. I never lied about anything. You got all kind of niggas coming at you because you say one thing and it ain't adding up. So did I disrespect your wife on psych meds? Or did I disrespect your wife and you that I've still been in touch with over the last 4 years? It ain't adding up, bro. So what I would say is, let's all three of us make a commitment to say we are not on the same page. We don't see these things through the same lens. And this is biblical. No good deed shall go unpunished. I'm not the type of nigga that be pulling out no text messages. But bro, if when I lose sleep when someone lies on me and attacks my character. To all of the men, whether you're a husband, a boyfriend, a baby daddy, 4 years later, would you be okay with a man who is flirting and disrespecting your wife or have disrespected your wife, allegedly talking on a call to your wife while you're laying in the bed? It ain't adding up, man. So let's just move on. Let's move on. And at no point was I ever a charity case. I went through and I've been through some shit, but nobody takes a phone call from me while their husband is in the same bed and I've crossed the line, said and did something inappropriate. And whoever this nigga is that you talking about, saying he did that to me too, give that nigga my direct cell phone number, whoever the fuck he is. Because I don't run from no smoke, bro. I'm a man first. And there's just certain things you don't say and you don't do. And I know this all too well. I'm not a nigga that grew up in the suburbs. I'm not a nigga that grew up around white people that don't understand black culture and the sensitivities of lines and boundaries and things that you don't cross. Did I disrespect you and your wife when I was on psych meds or not? If the story ain't adding up. So at the end of the day, man, let's just stop talking about it. You're on your way to Atlanta in the next couple of days to DJ at some venue and event. If we want to be a man about this shit, because y'all been coming at me for 5 years on the Breakfast Club. I finally got a chance to go in there and not talk about you, but talk to you and Charlamagne. And I did think that the interview was something that, oh shit, everybody watching, looking, paying attention to what's going on. I'm clear about it. And I know that this is going to influence a lot of us as men to stop festering and holding on to things or assuming this was said and done and get away from all of that goofy shit. Because in this life, I've learned people will talk about you, but never talk to you. And if you just talk to a nigga, if I said and did something, I'm never above an apology. I don't gaslight, I don't play victim, and I don't run from no smoke, especially if it's something that I said and did and caused. So when you get to Atlanta, I'll text you my address. Nobody's going to be around and no camera's going to be rolling. What do you got to say? What do you feel? What's on your mind that we never had an opportunity to chop it up about while we're on the Breakfast Club because there was only so much time to address it? But y'all ain't going to keep coming at me on your show. And I'm not going to keep responding on Instagram. You're on your way to my city, where I now live, the ATL. A real man will pull up, which I've tried to get you to do at least 7 times since you've been in and out of the city over the last 4 or 5 years. So do you feel a way about me or not? Did I disrespect or say anything or do anything inappropriate towards your wife, allegedly, or not? Because once we have the conversation, this shit is over. We move the fuck on. I'm sure y'all niggas are having the time of y'all life with all this shit playing out for the public to see. But I'm going to tell y'all again. Not everybody's going to like me or have to like me. Not everybody's going to agree with me or see things through my lens or my experiences. When you put things out there in the universe, you know what you do? You open yourself up for people to have agreements and disagreements about what the issues and the topics are. I don't need nobody to side with me. I don't need nobody to agree with me. I don't need nobody to even like me. I did what I did from the heart. And sadly, this should not be the outcome. That's it. Do we want to keep pulling our receipts? Do we want to keep mentioning each other on social media on the breakfast? Do we want to just keep it going? Because at this point, it looks like it's all being done because niggas are trying to go viral. I'm a man, bro. Come see me. I'll give you my address. I'm right here. If it's that serious and you festering and you really feel like I allegedly said and did.
Man, it's your boy Squanch.